Hello and welcome to News Roundup, where we bring you highlights and key stories. I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. First, the headlines. Nigeria, others not indebted to IMF. Governor Ododo takes governance to rural people in Kogi Central. Man United, Tottenham and Chelsea all reach finals. Now the news in detail. The International Monetary Fund has removed Nigeria from its list of debtor countries. Established in 1944, IMF supports countries' economic growth by providing financial aid and guidance on policies to enhance stability, productivity and job opportunities. Countries seek loans from the IMF to address economic crisis, stabilize their currencies, implement structural reforms and alleviate balance of payments difficulties. Nigeria has joined Switzerland, Singapore, China and New Zealand on the list of the countries not indebted to the IMF. The country cleared the $1.6 billion debt it owed the IMF. In a report titled Total IMF Credit Outstanding Movement from May 1, 2025 to May 6, 2025, obtained on the multilateral institution's website on Wednesday, Nigeria was not listed among the debtors, which had 91 developing and least developed countries owing the fund a total of $117,797,656,224 as at May 6, 2025. StatiSense, a data company, also confirmed on its X handle that Nigeria was no longer listed on the list of the countries indebted to IMF. As at July 28, 2023, Nigeria owed the fund $1.6 billion. StatiSense said the debt was reduced to $1.37 billion as at January 5, 2024, $933.3 million as at July 10, 2024, $472.6 million as at January 8, 2025, before it was finally settled this month. And the Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has expressed the commitment of his administration to grassroots development with a week-long inspection tour of ongoing road and infrastructure projects across Kogi Central Senatorial District. The governor expressed satisfaction with the pace and quality of work during the visits, underscoring his administration's resolve to bring governance closer to the people. Our correspondent has the rest of the story. Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo praised contractors for employing local artisans, approximately 80% of the workforce, including welders, bricklayers and laborers. He noted that this approach not only boosts the local economy but also curbs youth restiveness by promoting gainful employment.
Ours is to give back to our people, and this is one of it. One thing that baffled me here today, all the workers are local. We are using local content to make sure we pull our younger ones from the streets. Thank the community for your cooperation, for your understanding, for your support in making sure that this project is completed in good time. We will continue to try our best to serve you. Please, this is your project. Own it and protect it.
The tour included key project inspections in Obangede, Okeyi local government area, where the governor assessed the 8.6-kilometer Obangede-Okaito road, featuring 4 major bridges, including the long-abandoned Ategoza Bridge that historically linked the old Ebira and Kaba divisions. He also evaluated a 2-kilometer spur linking Obangede to Oziokutu, enhancing connectivity between Okeyi and Adawi local government areas. In Adabi local government area, Governor Ododo reviewed the Nagazi-Oziokutu-Ohindere Road and the strategic bridge connecting Okeyi and Adavi. He also visited the 3.5-kilometer Badamasi-Nagazieba-Adavi Secretariat Road and reassured residents of his administration's dedication to the timely completion of ongoing projects. Governor Ododo also inspected road projects at Idoji, Onyukoko and erosion control projects in Etahe, which is one of the major erosion sites in the state. During his visit to Bariki Ward in Okene, where a large crowd welcomed him to a stakeholders' engagement, Governor Ododo reiterated his commitment to completing inherited projects, ensuring continuity and consolidation and achievements of the immediate past administration. Meanwhile, community representatives across Adavi, Okeyi and Okene local government areas expressed appreciation for the governor's grassroots-driven approach and prayed for the speedy completion of the projects. They emphasized that his administration's investments in critical infrastructure have enhanced the lives and livelihoods of rural people in rural communities. And Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has sent a supplementary budget of 22.1 billion naira to the Kogi State House of Assembly for approval. This is in addition of the approved 2025 budget of 582.4 billion naira by the 8th Assembly in Kogi State. The announcement for the supplementary budget was contained in a letter sent by Governor Ododo, which was read by the Speaker, Right Honorable Aliu Umar, during the House sitting on Tuesday. This brings the total 2025 budget for Kogi State to 604.5 billion naira. Reading the letter sent to the House by Governor Ododo, the Speaker said the supplementary budget will address the prevailing state of the nation as it impacts on the state. The budget was committed to the House Committee on Appropriation and they are expected to report back to the Assembly in the next 2 weeks. Moving on, Governor Ododo restates commitment of his administrations to revitalize the education and health sectors of the state. He made this known during the official handover of sites to contractors for the construction of student hostels and doctors' quarters at the Confluence University Teaching Hospital in Okene. Zinat Habib has the details.
Represented by the Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development, Taye Banika, Governor Ododo said the project is a testament to the unwavering commitment of the state government to advancing the healthcare and education sectors in Kogi State. He added that the construction of student hostels and doctors' quarters at the Confluence University Teaching Hospital is intended to enhance the accommodation and facilities available to students and medical professionals at the hospital. He charged contractors to adhere to the high standards of quality, specification, timeliness, and professionalism in construction of the project. Meanwhile, the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Abdurrahman Aspita, commends the Governor for his visionary leadership and development efforts aimed at improving the quality of life of health and medical professionals in the state. Similarly, the Chief Medical Director of the college, Dr. Stephen Shaibu, thanked the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahya Bello, for establishing 2 medical schools in the state, stressing that the construction of a doctor's quarters and student hostel shows the resolve of the state government to revitalize the education and health sectors of the state. Zinat Habib, Lugard TV News.
The Kogi State government has officially commenced the 2024-2025 annual school census as part of its strategic efforts to reform the education sector through data-driven planning and policy formulation. Tosin Tolualoju has the report.
Speaking at the stakeholder sensitization meeting held in Government House in Lokoja, Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo, represented by the Commissioner for Education, Wemi Jones, underscored the administration's commitment to investment in education, building upon the legacy of the former Governor Yahya Bello. It revealed that in the past 4 years, the state government has consistently allocated 30% of its annual budget to the education sector, adding that the result is visible in improvement of education infrastructure, school enrollment, and consequential reduction in the number of out-of-school children in the state.
In our state, no doubt, the government of Alhaji Usman Ododo, which is an offshoot of the government of Alhaji Yahya Bello, is doing tremendously well in the area of allocation of resources to the education sector of the state. But for us to be able to maximize the potentials that are inherent in all of this huge resource allocation, we must sit down, plan, and agree on how best to handle education in the state, which is why the annual school census is a major program. It is indeed a catalyst for whatever developmental stride we are going to achieve together as a state.
The commissioner, however, issued a warning to all stakeholders, especially private school proprietors, under the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, that non-compliance with enumerators or non-completed census forms will incur a 200,000 naira fine and potential closure of the affected school. Director of Education, Research, Planning and Statistics, Animoku Elizabeth, emphasized that the Ministry of Education has made available all necessary materials and equipment to ensure the credibility and efficiency of the data collection process. She described the exercise as key to shaping effective educational policies and efficient allocation of resources. In his remarks, Chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Abdulrazak Mohammed, reaffirmed the importance of data in guiding strategic decisions and sustaining impactful interventions in the sector. The Special Advisor on Education to the Governor, Abdullahi Abdulmalik, commended the level of stakeholder participation, stressing that accurate and reliable data is crucial to identifying educational gaps and areas needing urgent intervention across Kogi's 21 local government areas. Tosin Toluwaloju, reporting for Lugard TV.
Still on education, the Kogi State Ministry of Education has engaged with stakeholders on full implementation of the revised National Education Quality Assurance Policy towards enhancing quality education in the state. The State Commissioner for Education, Wemi Jones, who declared the workshop open on Wednesday in Lugard, said the policy would improve the overall quality of education by setting standards and supervising their implementation. The Commissioner stressed the need for effective collaboration between the State Ministry of Education and the Federal Education Quality Assurance Service to ensure seamless and successful implementation of the policy. The Director Evaluator of Federal Education Quality Assurance Service Department, Kogi State Office, Dr. Ezekiel Ajayi, said the policy would guide relevant education stakeholders towards the realization of the vision of an education system that is world-class, qualitative and functional. He noted that the revised NECAP was a document and a testament to improve the quality of education in the country in line with President Bola Tinubu's Renew Hope agenda. In their separate comments, the ministry's acting permanent secretary Omolayo Onozari and Director Education Quality Assurance Service Ruth Opalua said the initiative underscored the ministry's commitments to enhancing quality education and standards in the state. Also, the State Universal Basic Education Board has distributed a wide range of educational materials to all 21 local government areas through their education secretaries. The official distribution ceremony held in Lugard marked a significant step toward improving teaching and learning environments in state-owned primary and secondary schools. Shamsuddin Sariki has the detail.
Speaking at the event, the executive chairman of the Kogi State Universal Basic Education Board, Abdulrazak Mohammed, praised the commitment of Governor Ahmad Usman Ododo to prioritizing education, noting that the governor's proactive release of counterpart funding has enabled SUBEB to undertake extensive construction, renovation, and equipment of schools across the state. The chairman commends education secretaries for their responsible handling of past resources and urged them to ensure the newly distributed materials reach schools promptly. He issued a stern warning against any attempt to divert or misuse the items, emphasizing that the administration would not tolerate actions that hinder educational progress. Meanwhile, the initiative is part of the state's broader efforts to transform the education system and provide pupils with the tools they need to succeed in the state. Shamsuddin Sarki, Lugard TV News.
And the news roundup is coming to you on Lugard TV. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us. Welcome back. Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has described the immediate past governor, Yahaya Bello, as a fantastic father and political mentor whose leadership laid the foundation for inclusive development and people-centered governance in the state. Governor Ododo made this known on Tuesday during a stakeholders' engagement at Idozumi, Bariki Ward in Okene local government area. The governor reinforces his administration's commitments to sustaining the legacy of his predecessor, noting that he remains a proud student of Yahaya Bello's political ideology rooted in service, equity, and collective progress. He commends the former governor for his sacrifices and for raising individuals from less privileged backgrounds to positions of influence, adding that many of his lieutenants are now helping to shape and transform their communities across the state for the better. Governor Ododo urged the people of Kogi State to continue to support and pray for the former governor and his family, while also commending the residents of Bariki Ward for their unity, dedication, and consistent support for the administration. He called on community stakeholders to close ranks, reconcile differences, and work together to advance development and peaceful coexistence across the world and the entire state. Speaking on behalf of political appointees from the area, the special advisor to the governor on grassroots mobilization, Halidu Abdullahi, applauds Governor Ododo for his humane disposition to the people and inclusive style of leadership. He assured that Bariki Ward will continue to support the governor's administration, adding that stakeholders in all 4 segments and 43 polling units in the ward are fully mobilized in support of his vision to transform Kogi State. And the Center for Ethics and Self-Value Orientation, an international anti-corruption non-governmental organization, has ranked Kogi State among the most ethically compliant states in Nigeria under the leadership of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. The recognition came during the conferment of the Ethics and Integrity Ambassador Award on the Special Advisor to the Governor on Media, Ismaila Issa, for his commitments to ethical practice, personal integrity, and quality public service delivery. Khadijat Mohammed has the rest of the story.
According to the Executive Director, Center for Ethics and Self-Value Orientation, Prince Ali Yakubu, the award followed a 14-month independent undercover ethical compliance assessment across all 36 states of the Federation. Ismaila was identified among the top 200 public officials at the sub-national level recommended by whistleblowers for his emotional intelligence, loyalty, compliance with professional ethics, and dedication to the well-being of the people.
Our mission here today is never a mistaken action or decision on our part. As we have thoroughly scrutinized, we have compared and contrasted. This center look out for men of conscience and ethics. People that propel leadership and governance through conscience that is ethically inclined. And you have been found in this category. Apart from 10 of you who are spokesmen of state governors, we have issues with the rest.
The award presentation, which was in commemoration of the International Day of Conscience, was not only a personal honor for the Special Advisor on Media, but a reflection of the Ododo-led administration's commitment to ethical leadership, transparency, and value-driven governance. While responding, Ismaila Issa dedicated the award to Governor Ododo, expressing appreciation to his boss for creating an enabling environment where ethics and professionalism thrive. He reaffirmed his resolve to uphold ethical standards in public communication and promote transparency through responsible media engagement.
I want to state categorically that we would like to dedicate this to His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, Executive Governor of Kogi State, who has brought us together to function in this office. Like you know, we are all servants in this administration. Like His Excellency have always emphasized, he is our chief servant. And working as a servant here, I want to assure you that I will continue to serve diligently, and God helping us will do you proud.
Also recognized at the event were 3 staff members of the Government House Media Center, Evelyn Oiza Yusuf, Shamsuddin Sarki, and Rufai Aliu Omeza, who were applauded for their dedication, professionalism, and ethical conduct in support of the Office of Special Advisor on Media to the Governor of Kogi State. Khadijat Mohammed, Lugard TV News.
And Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has reaffirmed his administration's unwavering commitments to the preservation of cultural values and empowerment of women and girls through provision of a safe, secure and inclusive environment for the people to thrive. Speaking at the 2025 OVL Sese Festival in Ogori Magongo local government area of Kogi State, Governor Ododo described the festival as not only a proud cultural heritage, but also a strong moral compass that aligns with his administration's drive to promote dignity, discipline and purposeful living among young people. The governor commends the Ogori community for preserving the age-long tradition and called on other communities to continue to uphold customs that elevate the moral and developmental aspirations of young girls and women.
As a government, we see culture and tradition as vital component of our collective growth. And as a proud son of Kogi State, I celebrate with you not only in official capacity, but in solidarity with the heritage that defines us. Let me assure you that Kogi State government remains committed to supporting cultural preservation across all our communities. Our cultural festivals are not just tourist attractions. They are moral institutions. They instill value that promote peace respect, and development.
Governor Ododo called on tourists, cultural enthusiasts, and development partners to support the festival, adding that Kogi State is open for tourism, investment, and promotion of cultural exchanges. Governor Ododo applauds the bold investment by the Chief Executive Officer of Inya Amina Hotels and Apartments, Abdurrahman Khalifa, describing it as a significant contribution to economic growth, job creation, and youth empowerment in the state. The governor gave the commendation while serving as special guest at the grand opening ceremony of Inya Amina Hotels and Apartments in Okene, Kogi State. Governor Dodo praised the gesture of Khalifa for gifting the hospitality establishments to his wife, describing it as a laudable example of enterprise, empowerment, and family support that resonates with the values of his administration. He noted that investment stands as a model for how private sector initiative can complement government efforts to expand the frontier of economic development and uplift communities. Governor Dodo affirmed his administration's commitment to repositioning the state's economy through strategic partnerships, infrastructure development, and the creation of a conducive environment for businesses to thrive in the state. The governor, who spoke on land administration in the state, cautioned traditional rulers against indiscriminate sale of land and unauthorized issuance of consent documents, warning that those found culpable will face the full weight of the law. He reiterated his call to Kogi citizens at home and abroad to align with the state's economic vision by investing in ventures that promote inclusive growth, enterprise development, and community well-being. Now on sport, Tottenham and Manchester United reached Europa League final as Spurs defeated Bordeaux Claims 5-1 on aggregate, while Man United cruised past Athletic Bilbao with a 7-1 aggregate win. The two Premier League sides, who have both struggled domestically this season, will face each other in Bilbao on May 21. Meanwhile, Chelsea have also reached the Conference League final and will face Real Betis on May 28. Chelsea have strolled through this competition and are now strongly placed to win silverware in Maresca's debut year. All three Premier League clubs have progressed through to their respective finals, setting up an all-English UEFA Europa League final between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, and leaving Chelsea the favourites to win the UEFA Conference League. With Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur both reaching the UEFA Europa League final, there are set to be 6 Premier League clubs in the 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League. This is not only a first for the Premier League to have so many teams qualify, but also the first time that any European country has ever had more than 5 clubs in the Champions League at one time. Thank you for staying with us. That is it on this week's episode of News Roundup. Until next week, I'm Sharifat Ibrahim.